we genuinely needed this. This is fantastic for gaming in general, not only for God of War fans, but just any fans of gaming, because it proves that big studios, especially ones owned by PlayStation, or at least funded by PlayStation, are still going to bring out genuine original content, because so many people complain, you've got Last of Us Part 2, you've got Last of Us Part 1, you've got Last of Us Part 2 Remake, you've got Last of Us Part 2 the Remaster, you've got Last of Us Remake, you know what I mean? Like, people complain. Now, Naughty Dog are kind of just, I mean, they've got their intergalactic space game thing that's happening, which looks awesome, but their last few games have just been games that are already a thing. Now, Santa Monica Studios have given us some of the best games we've ever seen in gaming, with God of War and God of War Ragnarok. And now we're getting a new God of War game that is brand new. Like, of course, it's not a brand new IP. It is technically a sequel, a prequel, a mid. It's like between. It's somewhere in there, but it's not like, it's not a remake. It's not a remaster. It's not just carrying on the sort of God of War games, you know, the God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. It's not just continuing those. It is going down a new path, a new character, new mechanics, and it's great. I mean, not only the fact that we now have a female protagonist, which I love. I mean, two main reasons. One, give up. Give up. And two, I just find it more intriguing when it's a female protagonist. Not because they're overcoming more obstacles or anything like that. I don't like, just maybe because I'm a guy and so I appreciate that side of the, you know, the view of things more. I don't know. But for me, I love it. You know, Horizon, Lara Croft, the Resi games when you're playing as a female character, I love it. And now we've got it with Faye. You might know her as, you know, that chick Karen Page from them Daredevil things. Yeah, but she was also in God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. Ragnarok more so, because she's actually in flashbacks, I think. In 2018's, I think it's just a voiceover. Could be wrong there, but yeah, she is the main protagonist in this now, instead of it being Kratos, who, by the way, has had a glow up in this game. Why does he look like handsome Squidward version? Why is his like eyebrows thicker and his eyeliner like? He looks like the Fortnite version a little bit, and he also looks like that TikTok, like the edit of the, like, why does? I mean, it's not a complaint, it's just weird, so I just wanted to point out. But yes, I think this is fantastic. Not only because we're going to get a brand new story, you know, it's the sort of telling of what's happened to her after she's sort of in the middle between the afterlife and the life, I guess. It's not before life, it's current life. Between those two, that's where she is now, and we're going to get to see what unravels there. And I've actually played the first God of War fairly recently, because that game is just magnificent. But there's the part where you're playing as Kratos in the Elven world. I don't know, is it? I forget which Heim it is. It's one of the Heims. Alfheim. And you go to the light, and you go in there as Kratos for hours, apparently. For him, it's just a few minutes, and he sees Faye, supposedly, and he comes back out, and Atreus has slain like 1,000 elves, and he's like, "You were gone for hours!" I could only imagine that they might sort of, I mean, if he saw Faye, maybe it was this version, maybe we'll get that sort of crossover sort of type thing. Surely we're going to get Christopher Judge in this game. I know he's not the protagonist, and that's fine. As I say, I love the fact that we're going to play as Faye. I think it's great, but if you don't get Christopher Judge in there, I'm going to have to have a word. But yeah, it looks fantastic. In just the first 20 minutes, we've seen new mechanics. We've got a sword now instead of the Leviathan axe, or the Swords of Chaos, or the Staff of Wind. I can't remember what it's called. The other weapon that he gets in Ragnarok. I need to replay that game. I've only played it once. Only. But yeah, she has this sword with the ribbons on, and then there's this cube, which is sort of taking Atreus' place as your companion, that I assume you'll be able to, like, tell where to go over there, shoot that guy, blob him, gloop him up, you know, like, that's going to be pretty fun. And so I think the reason I think we needed this is that it's going down a new direction. There's familiarities there, of course. You've got a parry system with a magical forearm. You've got the sword. When you swing it about in certain different ways, the ribbons come round. It's a bit like the Blades of Chaos having such a sweeping action. You know, there's probably going to be another weapon, surely. And this gameplay we've seen in the reveal is just the first 20 minutes, and that boss fight is the first 20 minutes. And it already looks more deep than a lot of the boss fights we've had in not only just the God of War games, but all games. It looks very deep, looks very fun, and like I said, that's just the first one. We're going to get more of this. It's going to be deeper. We're going to be upgrading stuff and things. Now, the reason I wanted to sort of talk about this kind of more than any other game series, obviously we've got new games coming out like Wolverine, for example, but the reason this one strikes so true to me is that with so many God of War games, you know, you've got the sort of original, I don't know how many there were, I think were there 3 or 4 or something? You've got God of War 3, Ascension, I don't actually know the order of them. I tried playing one of them, it was very hack and slash, I mean, that's what they are. I played it on the hardest difficulty because I was going to go for the plat, and I just wasn't struggling, I didn't find it, I couldn't get into it, I didn't feel like there was a skill ceiling to reach. It just kind of felt like if you spammed attack, you won, and that felt boring, so I just couldn't do it, and I just fell in love with God of War 2018. It's so much more deeper. There's, you know, the parrying mechanics, the throwing, again, chef's kiss. So I feel like we're going to get the same sort of thing in this new game, I was going to say new world, it's obviously not a new world, it's the same world, but it's a different area. I think, I don't know. They say they're in some sort of gateway or something. I don't know. We'll obviously find out when we play the game. But it's new, but it's not new. It's sort of, and I think we needed that. As I say, you know, they've got the Last of Us type stuff. There's loads of games out there. I mean, just Call of Duty, for example, they're coming out with Modern Warfare 4 now. I mean, sure, we didn't have a Modern Warfare back in the day, but we have remade the 1, 2, and 3. Why? Like, you know, we need new games, and I know indie developers are fantastic for this because they come up with brand new IP, and this isn't brand new IP, but it is a new idea on that IP, and I think that's what we needed in today's age, because a lot of people have said, you know, the PS5's era, we've not really had that many great games. There's been a lot of good games. I've definitely enjoyed, you know, Spider-Man, Returnal and Saros recently has been fantastic. That's another example of it's just Returnal 2. It's better. I enjoyed it a lot more, but it wasn't groundbreaking new or anything. And that's why I say we needed this, because we needed that sort of refreshing view into the gaming sphere. And me, myself, I'm a big PlayStation fan. Of course, if you don't play PlayStation, you might get this on PC in a few years' time. Well, we might not get it till 28, I mean, and then PC get it in 2030. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to appreciate PlayStation for this point to come across, but I think this is an example of the type of thing we needed. But yes, anyway, hopefully the message came across, and hopefully you understand and you agree. If you disagree, if you think this is just it's just a sequel, it's like the other ones, fair enough. I mean, it looks quite different. As I said, there's similarities and there's differences, so obviously voice your opinion in the comments. I'd love to know, because maybe I'm just the person that's like, this looks really new, and then everyone else is like, that's just God of War Ragnarok, but you're a woman. Like, I don't know, maybe. I know a lot of people are going to be angry that it's a woman you play it as, because some people just do that, but I love it, because females in it, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you're looking forward to the game. If you are, let me know, because I want to know who are the people to talk about this game with. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a future video or something. Cheers, and take care.